Orcs have been repelled, and their war boss has been defeated. But this war is far from over. The Orcs still threaten to overcome several major population centers, and could mass more than a large enough force to overwhelm the Imperial armies present on the planet. We have bought time, nothing more. But this is no longer a primary concern. Our scouts have recovered evidence that the forces of Chaos, the great enemy, may be operating on this planet, right under our very noses. We must face this foe wherever they stand. If there is even a chance that they are here, we must seek them out and destroy them. Inquisitor Toth is demanding that we leave the planet, but of all the powers his position grants him, commandeering a space marine company is not one of them. I must admit that I find his presence unwelcome so soon after the events on my homeworld of Cyrene. Inquisitors have a way of inflaming a guilty conscience, and that I do not need right now.
This warp storm could trap us here for a month or for a century. We cannot risk staying here. We must evacuate Tartarus before it arrives in 3 days' time.
The Imperial Guard and Holy Fleet can attend to the evacuation. The Blood Ravens have more pressing matters to contend with.
Such as?
I believe agents of Chaos have taken strong root here.
I sense no taint here. Even so, were there a Chaos presence on Tartarus, it is better we leave them here with the Orcs than waste more lives fighting them. We could wish no worse fate for either of our enemies, and to be trapped with the other. But we must leave here now.
That is a matter for my brothers and I to decide. We will use these 3 days to settle our affairs and satisfy our suspicions. Meanwhile, you have our transports to facilitate evacuation.
Colonel Brom, the captain and I must attend to matters of faith. If you would leave us, please.
But surely this involves me as a...
Forgive me for not being clear on the matter. I said please, when in fact I meant now.
This does involve him. You should have shown him a modicum of respect.
Captain, you uncovered extensive heresy on your home world. Cyrene, was it?
That has nothing to do with the events here on Tartarus.
But I believe they do. You requested the Inquisition undertake an exterminatus, the destruction of your planet's entire populace, which we obliged.
I still fail to see...
Captain, I am not questioning your loyalty, but I must wonder if your actions on Cyrene have not affected your judgment. Perhaps that was a poor choice of words. I merely fear that you might see chaos, but it does not exist. I ask that as a loyal subject of the Emperor, you serve the Imperium's interest before your own agenda.
Captain, that Inquisitor had no right to speak to you in such manner. But perhaps he is right. The coming storm will trap our enemies here, where they can consume one another.
And what if the forces of Chaos escape the system before the storm? No. We will not use this freak occurrence as an excuse to avoid our enemies, or our responsibility. They are here for a reason, and we will discover that reason.
We are with you, brother Captain, as always.
The humans are coming your way in full force. You should hear their heavy feet long before you see them, and smell them long before that.
Orbital Command has indicated the dropship landed in this general proximity. We've discovered a path, Captain. It's obvious someone has been digging here.
cut by orcs?
I've never seen an orc lend such a careful hand to a task.
If it wasn't orcs, then it must be the forces of chaos. We will follow this path and discover the truth behind what has transpired here. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. The sacred artifact will now be available to us.
As you wish.
Construct it, and we will have access to powerful abilities.
Your instructions. I exist to serve. With all due haste.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. We are united in his service.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. We are united in his service. For the glory of the Emperor.
Marine squad deployed.
We shall know no fear. For the glory of the Emperor.
Heresy grows from idleness.
Yes, most beneficent one. I shall obey. Initializing build protocol. Initializing build protocol. Build routine 721 initiated.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Scouts awaiting orders.
My faith is my shield. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. On alert, brothers! The enemy must be nearby. On alert, brothers! The enemy must be nearby.
Yes?
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. Walk softly and carry a big gun. What would you have me do? On alert, brothers! The enemy must be nearby. What would you have me do? Walk softly and carry a big gun.
I await your instructions. Yes, Lord? As you wish. I exist to serve.
Defending objective.
I await your instructions. I will do
Today
as
the
you
enemy
ask.
shall know fear. The Emperor protects. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no attack! Peace. Wait. They weren't attacking. They were fleeing.
What could inspire
He
fear
who stands
in an
with
orc?
me shall be my brother.
Objective acquired.
I await your instructions.
What would you have me do?
Yes, most beneficent one?
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Position
Yes, Lord.
secure.
With all due haste.
Today the enemy shall know fear. Beware the alien, the mutant. Something is not right here. These orc bodies do not look like they were dispatched by Imperial hands. We must proceed with caution.
Here to serve.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Orders received.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. The Emperor protects. Eldar, praise
I've
the
been mistaken
Emperor.
about the presence of the forces of chaos.
Be it Eldar or Chaos, I will have answers either way. Press on. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Inquisition.
Yes, Lord.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Here to serve.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Yes, most beneficent one.
For the Emperor! Under fire!
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
I await your instructions.
He who stands with me shall be
Here
my
to
brother.
serve.
What
Initializing
would you
build
have me do?
protocol.
The Emperor protects.
Understood.
While the enemies of the
Scouts
Emperor
ready.
still draw breath, there can be no peace. Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Walk softly and carry a big gun. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. What would you have me do?
Taking orders received, brother.
Dark Reapers, fall back. We need Rhino transport tanks. They will allow us to get through unscathed
heavy
and attack the
fire.
Dark
Beware
Reapers
the
on those
alien,
cliffs
the
above. Rhino transports are now available. Build them at the machine cult.
I await your instructions. Initializing
Today
build
the enemy shall know
protocol.
fear. Today the enemy shall know fear. Today the enemy shall know fear.
I await your instructions. I will do as you ask.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Rhino here. Faith is our shield. Rhino transport is prepared. Rhino transport
What would you have me do?
Rhino transport is prepared.
How can I serve?
Rhino ready. Rhino transport is prepared. Rhino transport is prepared.
Scouts disembarking.
Rhino ready.
I will leave you here.
Rhino here. Take refuge within our armor.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
I have awoken.
My faith is my shield.
Yes, most beneficent one.
What would you have me do?
Getting into position. On patrol.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. Getting into position. At your command.
The enemy is attacking!
I sense danger. We will root it out. Getting into position.
Praise the Emperor. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Commencing infiltration.
Inquisition will destroy you.
Walk softly.
Taking heavy fire.
I await your instructions.
Today the enemy shall
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Yes, most beneficent one?
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
I await your instructions.
I am the instrument of his will. Command me. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Captured.
My faith is my
Yes,
shield.
Lord. Build routine
Beware the
721
alien, the
initiated.
mutant, the heretic.
Yes, most
I
beneficent
have
one?
awoken. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated. I will do as you ask.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Inquisition will destroy you. Taking heavy fire. Inquisition will destroy you.
He who stands with me shall be my brother. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Gathering intelligence.
What would you have me do? Beware the alien. The heretic. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Walk softly. It's done. Today, the enemy shall know fear. Apothecaries are standing by to tend to
Here
our
to
wounded.
serve.
Build them at the sacred artifact. Today, the enemy shall know fear.
Yes, my lord. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. Yes, my lord.
I am ready to serve. Again.
Apothecary ready. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Consolidating position on the objective.
Yes, Lord? With all due haste.
What would you have me do?
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. What are your needs? The battlefield awaits,
Yes, my
lord. The battlefield awaits. Heresy grows from idleness. Apothecary here. Ever vigilant. How can I serve? Who requires my aid?
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Commencing infiltration. Gathering intelligence.
Command me.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic. Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
I am ready to serve, again.
Here to serve.
Marine squad deployed. Ever vigilant. Weapons at ready. It is time.
Praise the Emperor.
Scouts advance.
Praise the Emperor.
I am the instrument of his will. I will purge the unclean. Take me into battle. By his word. I will be there soon.
Taking damage.
Identifying targets. Take me into battle. To me, my brothers.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
At last, back to war. I will be there soon. By his word. Faith is eternal. Moving out. I will crush those who stand before me.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Even in death, I still serve.
I await your instructions.
Yes, my lord. Understood.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
My faith is my
Command
shield.
me. I will purge the unclean. Die!
Yes, my lord. Defending objective.
What would you have me do?
On patrol.
I am ready to serve. Again.
At least we know that the Orcs and Eldar are not in league together.
When one enemy attacks another, it does not mean they aren't in league. Just that they are living up to their lack of honor.
And those who lack honor deserve death.
Moving out. Take me into battle.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
Yes, most beneficent one?
Taking hits.
At last, back to war.
The Emperor protects. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I will purge the
Praise
unclean.
the Emperor. My faith is my shield.
What are your needs?
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Taking hits!
Yes, Lord? I await your instructions.
Scouts awaiting orders.
At last, back to war. I have waited long for this day.
Position secure.
Yes, Lord? Build routine 721 initiated.
The area is secure.
My faith is my
I
shield.
am ready to serve.
Here to
Again,
serve. With all due haste.
My faith is my shield.
I am ready to serve.
Today the enemy shall be fear.
The enemy is attacking!
I am the instrument of his will. I have waited long for this day.
For the Emperor. For the Emperor. Today the enemy shall be fear. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath,
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Establishing a secondary
Emperor
base near this location will give us a forward position with which to engage the enemy.
Here to serve. Yes, Lord? I will do as you ask.
Beware the alien.
Even in death I still
The
serve.
heretic.
I am the instrument of his will.
Taking heavy fire!
By his word. Take me into
What
battle.
would you have me do?
I am ready to serve. Again. I will purge the unclean. I will be there soon.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Faith is eternal. I will purge the unclean. Take me into battle.
Under fire!
Today the enemy shall know fear. The enemy must be nearby. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Today the enemy shall know fear. Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Fear not the psycho.
So the good Inquisitor senses no chaos here. How fortunate for the Imperium that such keen-eyed eagles stand vigil over her gates.
What dark crafts have these Eldar invoked?
None. At least not here. The servants of Chaos sacrificed this poor guardsman themselves.
To what end, Isidore?
I know not. I believe the altar is a marker, a waypoint in a map that leads elsewhere. Someone defaced many portions of text. Regardless of what Chaos seeks here, the altar requires a sacrifice of blood, or more likely, a life.
Brother Isidore, you have an hour to study the altar. Document everything as is our tradition. Then burn it, lest its taint infect us all.
But Gabriel, there is much to learn from here. We should not be too eager to...
Learn what? Chaos does not teach. It misleads and it betrays. There is nothing to learn here, save for our next course. These transports have been damaged somehow. Make the repairs, and be quick.
Well, Brother Isidore. What betrayal have you wrought? Disabling your own vehicles? Harboring artifacts despite your good captain's instructions?
Gabriel does not understand. He does not appreciate the significance of this.
Oh, but I do.
Quiet, heretic. Once I find what you seek, I will use it against you for the glory of the Emperor and my brothers.
You wish to deal me a harsh blow, to prove your strength and worth. Well, then come to me. I wait at Mount Korath.
Have no fear, sorcerer. I will be there.